everyone, my name is Cynthia Maulana Zahro. You can call me Cindy. I'm from E-Class, and then today I'm going to explain the final project for Edwin's English grammar error hunt. I will fix 10 incorrect sentence and explain the rules behind them. Okay, let's start. Okay, the first sentence. Incorrect. If the crew would have followed the compass, they would have found the treasure. Okay? And correction. If the crew had followed the compass, they would have found the treasure. And then the reason. This is a third conditional. The if clause must use past perfect. Had plus verb 3, not would have. Okay? And then the second sentence, incorrect. The treasure should have been found by the crew long ago. And then the correction, the treasure should have been found by the crew long ago. And the reason, this is a passive past model. After should have been, we must use verb 3 or phone. Okay? The third sentence, incorrect. The captain suggests that the crew should not endure the ocean warning. And correction, the captain suggests that the crew not endure the ancient warning, sorry. And the reason, the verb suggest triggers the subjunctive mode. We must use bare infinitive and drop the modal should. And then the fourth sentence, incorrect. Not only the crew injured the compass, but they also sailed into danger. And correction, not only did the crew injure the compass, but they also sailed into danger. And then the reason, this is an inferred sentence starting with not only means we must put the auxiliary verb or did before the subject. Okay? Okay, the next sentence. Incorrect. The crew's injury of compass led to their loss of direction. And correction, the crew's injury of the compass led to their loss of direction. And the reason, this requires nominalization after possessive word like cruise, and there we need nouns injuries and loss, not verb. Okay, the next sentence, incorrect. If Morgan would know the way, she would lead them to safety. Okay, correction. If Morgan know the way, he would lead them to safety. Then the reason, this is second conditional. The if clause must use simple past tense or now, not would know. Okay. Okay. The next sentence. Incorrect. Morgan must have known this discreet, but she chose not reveal it. Correction. Morgan must have known the secret, but she chose not to reveal it. And then the reason is for past modals, the formula is must plus have plus verb 3. We cannot use had after modal verb. Okay, the next sentence incorrect. Only after they had survived the storm they realized their mistakes. Okay, correction. Only after they had survived the storm did they realize their mistake. And then the reason? This is an inverted sentence. After the phrase only after, the main clause must be inverted by putting did before the subject. Okay, then the sentence 9 incorrect. Morgan insisted that Eliza was the one to lead the expedition. Okay, correction. Morgan insi- Morgan insisted that Eliza be the one to lead expedition. And then the reason, the verb instead triggers and subjunctive mode. The to be verb after that must be in the base form, which is be. Okay, and then the last the last sentence incorrect. Morgans decide to join the crew was a surprise to everyone. Correction. Morgan's Morgan decision to join the crew was a surprise to everyone. And then the reason, this is um, nominalization. The possessive Morgans must be followed by a noun. So decide change to decision. Okay. Next, in a conclusion, that is all for my explanation. Correcting this sentence show how important and advanced grammar is for clear communication. Maybe this is all for me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.